This is Abel Longoria with Pixtus.com. What I want to show you today is how to create a custom profile and cover photo for Facebook. Not only can this be used for your own personal pages, but this can also be used as a great marketing tool for your business. As photographers, we're trying to use Facebook to try to gain more business, gain more exposure. Well, this particular trick, what can be done is after you shoot a portrait session, after you shoot a wedding or whatnot, take 5 minutes, go through, create a custom profile and cover photo for your client, email it to them, say, hey, look, this is what I've done for you, upload it, feel free to use it. They'll get a great response from their friends. It'll have your logo on it, so you're getting even more exposure throughout their entire friend base, and hopefully it'll lead to more sales.
What I want to show you today is I want to show you how to create a custom profile photo and cover photo for Facebook. I have a sample here of what I've done previously with one of my images. And the trick is making your profile photo blend in nice and smooth with your actual cover photo where everything lines up. Same thing here. You can see how the lines match up nice and perfect. Well, after having this done, I had a bunch of people ask me, well, how did you do that? How did you go about creating that? And instead of trying to explain it, which is very complex to try to explain, what I ended up doing was actually creating a Photoshop template that is available for download, so you can download it, add your image, and create one of your own. On this Photoshop template here, you can kind of see this is the top portion of it, and I'm going to scroll down, and it has the complete written procedure on how to do it. I'm actually going to do this on the video, that way you can see me run through it completely, because looking at these instructions looks a little intimidating, but it's really not. Scroll back up here to the top, and what we're going to do is you want to open up a base image, high-res photo preferably, that way you have a lot of wiggle room to work with in order to scale it down, rotate it, and tweak it. I have this image here, which is the one that you saw just a second ago, and we're going to start with this one. So what we want to do is, with the base photo open, we want to go to select all. It'll highlight everything. And we're going to go to edit, copy. We're going to come back to this Facebook template. Make sure that add your image here layer is highlighted and active. Then we're going to come up and we're going to do edit, paste. And what's actually going to happen is it's going to paste the high-res image into this document underneath this Facebook overlay layer. This Facebook overlay layer actually has this whole area open so that you can see whatever image below it come through. This is how you lay out what will look good on your Facebook page. Since it's a high-res file, it's very large. So what we need to do is we need to scale it down. So what we're going to end up doing is, while this add your image here layer is still active, we're going to actually come up to edit, free transform. This will let us scale it and tweak it, but what I'm going to do a little bit different, and I'll show you how to do it, is we see this little box up here with these little tie down points per se. I'm going to click the top left, and what happens is that'll let you scale, but it'll hold that top left image, which will make it a little easier to move your image around and once you scale it. So I'm going to come over here to the scale portion. I'm going to click this maintain aspect ratio button. So no matter what I type in here, it's going to affect the height and keep the same aspect ratio. I'm just going to type in 15% just so that it drops it down quite a bit, which you can see here it's a pretty good size, but it's not quite wide enough. And say, for instance, you had an image that you wanted to tweak. What you can do is you can grab these corners, stretch it out, and it keeps your aspect ratio. You can also come outside that corner and rotate that image. So however you see fit, depending on what your base photo looks like and what look you're trying to go for, you can rotate, scale, and tweak it and get a good idea of what it's going to look like on Facebook. Once you're happy with the rotation and the scaling, simply hit the return key and it'll apply those changes. Well, now that that high-res image has been scaled down, much like any high-res image that you scale down, you're actually going to want to sharpen it to try to get some of that crisp look back. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Filter, Sharpen, Smart Sharpen, and it'll show you a preview of the image. And as you click it and unclick it, it'll show you a preview of the sharpening effect. I typically use 93% on the amount and 0.3 on the radius. And it doesn't over sharpen, but it adds just enough to kind of bring that snap back. Click OK to accept it. Now now it's been sharpened. Everything's been located correctly. What we're going to want to do is we're actually going to come up to your layer palette. We're going to, excuse me, we're going to turn off the Facebook overlay layer. The reason I'm doing this is just in case some people don't quite follow the instructions or don't quite follow with the video. Turning this layer off makes things a little easier. It makes things a little less accident prone per se, and you'll understand why in a second. What we're going to do is we're going to come up to Select. We're going to Load Selection. And if you notice, under Load Selection, we have a small profile photo and a large cover photo. So we're going to select Small Profile Photo, hit OK. And this little area here is selected. With that selected, we're going to go to Edit, Copy Merged, just in case someone following this video or following the written instructions isn't on the correct layer. That's the reason I turned off the Facebook overlay layer, is we can select that and hit Copy Merged. Then we're going to come up to File, New, accept those dimensions because those are per that selection that we just made. Click OK. New document comes up. We're going to come to Edit, Paste, and it pastes your profile photo right in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to the Facebook template. We're going to come back up to Select, Load Selection. Now we're going to select the cover photo, hit OK, and it'll outline that entire area as well. Same procedure as what we just did. We're going to come to Edit, Copy Merged, File, New. Go ahead and accept those dimensions. Hit OK. Edit, Paste, and it drops that cover photo right in there. At this point, we're going to come up. We're going to do File, Save As, JPEG, and we're just going to name this Cover. Save, Max Quality, hit OK. Come back to the document where the profile photo was. And instead of doing a straight save right now, what we actually have to do is we're going to actually have to go to Image, Image Size. Right now it's 160 by 160. And this took me a while to figure out. I went back and forth trying it, uploading it to Facebook, and things wouldn't work. Things wouldn't line up correctly until I figured this part out. What we're doing is we're going to take this 160 pixel square image and we're going to scale it up to 180 square. So type in 180, make sure the height says 180 as well, click OK, scales the photo up. Now we'll save this as a JPEG file and we'll name it Profile. Hit Save, Max Quality, OK. And that's all there is to it. All you need to do is log into your Facebook account, upload this image as your profile image, upload this image as your cover photo, and then when you look at your profile page, you'll actually have it set up perfectly. Everything falls right into place, nice and easy. You don't have to do any of the legwork. I've already done it all for you. You just got to follow the instructions, and that's pretty much it. One thing that I do recommend as a photographer is when you do a profile such as this or add any cover photo, I would always recommend putting in your website logo. It's just great, for your brand. You can put it up there, and that way people know that you created that yourself, that you didn't just download it off a website, that you actually created that profile and cover photo combo yourself. In the article below, we're actually going to have a link to a thread where people that have done this procedure can actually take a screen capture and actually post it on the forum so that other members can also see how creative people can get with this.